I am here tonight. I'm gonna go live and get a few of the shots. What's going on here? Just moving the tripod a little bit. I just kind of got to the site here at the launch site recently. It is evening, so it is late, around 8 something, 30 something in the evening here. The sun is setting. That is another one of those methane tanks that we saw last night. Right over there is a methane tanker. So they're going to be offloading either to the orbital or the suborbital locations. We'll get that shot if they come through tonight. Welcome to the stream. Good stuff, good stuff. Paul Mox with Ocean Camera Space Corp. Get some shots. I got back to the site this evening, and this is just a general live stream, nothing exciting happening. A summary of what I know so far, just getting back to the site now, is that there was a road closure scheduled for today, and I went to town to do some work. I actually was able to sell something and make some money for the day, but they canceled the road closure later in the day. Hey Elon Sticky Bar, good stuff, nice to see you. So they did cancel that road closure. I saw a bunch of photographers out here this morning setting up, and there is another road closure tomorrow on Thursday, August 11th. Today's the 10th, so tomorrow's the 11th, and 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. I went over to the property before coming to this spot here tonight, and there is like a gathering, some type of SpaceX only party or something happening over there by the eastern side of Boca Chica village. There is a house or a place over there where a lot of people are gathering that work at SpaceX tonight. So good morning, Helena, and good stuff, and everybody. Yes, good stuff. So this evening they do have this light on this evening. Last night they had it off, so. I'll see what I see. If any of you have been following what's been happening on the other streams throughout the day, you're welcome to share the info. I will speculate based on what I see, and maybe we can pick out what's going on. So they just did an announcement. In 5 minutes, they're going to be venting from the orbital tank farm. So that's about 100 feet to the west of here. And they said for everybody to stay at least 50 feet away from it. So it was a full moon today, yes. Closest to the Earth, good stuff. So I could go over there and get that shot. I don't know if that's worth getting, but it is going to be a bunch of venting, and even some like a propane stove, like you would see on your propane stove when you turn it on. There's going to be some high-speed, loud venting just on the orbital side over there at the methane tank area. They just announced that. If anything, we'll probably see a lot of venting and clouds over there as well. We will hear it from here, but I could go over there, but I'm not sure I want to. So. Yeah, so today I saw the moon earlier. Oh, it's right behind the tank farm up there. You can see at the top of the orbital tank farm right there is the moon. It's a windy evening. It's kind of windy. So today was a super full moon, everybody, says Helena. There is a tanker passing right by now. I couldn't really see the name of what kind of fuel or stuff it has in there, but yeah. It'll be here tomorrow night. Okay, thanks, Helena. Good stuff. Tomorrow, super full moon here in the U.S. Good stuff. Yeah, the moon is just coming out behind the orbital tank farm there. Maybe it's worth seeing, you know? I'll run over there. If it's nothing, I'll come back this way, okay? I think it'll be possibly worth seeing. So I've got about 2 minutes to get over there, and the camera's gonna get shaky, and but I will get that shot. Hold on, everybody. Okay, this is where the action is going to happen, I believe. Hey, Stingray. It's going to be, I believe, from this area here. I've gotten it close up on other days. Whew. Booster 7.1. Okay, there are some people at the base of the booster there on the orbital launch platform. So they asked everybody to be clear about at least 50 feet from this area that we're looking at here. So everybody's cleared out of the area. 50 feet from that, apparently. I mean, unless it's something to the right, but I believe they said the orbital tank farm and they said the methane venting, so good stuff there. That is a nitrogen tanker leaving, so that was what just came in actually. That tanker just went to the left there, turned around, and came back. So they did not unload. Maybe they're going to the orbital tank farm. I don't know. We got some wind. I don't have the mic plugged in, so I'm just going with the ambient sounds here. If this happens like it has happened before, hey Tom, and it'll be pretty loud and it'll be somewhat of a sight to see. We'll see if it happens tonight. All right, we have a green light coming on. That's good. A bunch of guys moving out of the way too. Tom, there's going to be maybe some venting from this area. They just, these guys just moved away and they turned on that light. Maybe they're clearing the area too. Some methane venting. If I have to leave, I'll leave the camera here and I'll run. Like there's a drone up there too. Unless that's a reflection. Maybe it's a reflection. Oh, they dropped one in earlier, huh? Okay, that's cool. I'll zoom out so you can see two things right here, 1 and 2. So those are kind of the tops of maybe some pumps or something. But yeah, maybe they put a new one in. They could be testing. Says Dave, good stuff. I wasn't here. I didn't see them put anything in. So thanks for the info. All right, there are a bunch of don't ordinarily see a lot of people in this area, but there's a bunch of gentlemen over there walking around. Oh, even over here. Let me lower that down. I'll lower that down, everybody. Sorry about that. And zoom in. I haven't normally seen a lot of people walking around these tanks where they're walking, so it's kind of unusual. Oh, they got a lot of green lights going on now. So they got one over there too, so they turned on all these different green lights. Maybe that means it's ready for venting or something. I'm not sure. If you ever want to watch the building and installation of these tanks, go back about anywhere from maybe a year back. Go back a year to maybe 5 months ago. So anywhere between last year in August through maybe December, you can find a bunch of the building of these tanks and everything here on the channel. Maybe search for tank farm at a certain date, and here on the channel you can see they had a bunch of wooden forms that they used to build the concrete bases, and then they put two different GSE tanks and then the GSE tank cover on each one of these concrete foundations, and it's pretty awesome to watch get put together. If you like construction, that could be worth seeing. Methane tank farm venting. So I'm assuming it's coming from over here because there's nothing in those big white tanks has any methane in it. So maybe they had to make sure all the liquid oxygen was turned off and nothing was gonna light up. None of the liquid oxygen would get over here to the methane tank area. So maybe that's why they got the green lights, I would assume. My last will. So nobody asked that, but I think it's worth mentioning. If I die, I wouldn't mind being cremated, and I don't want any of my body parts to be donated. That's clearly written on my driver's license. So, and I don't hold anything against SpaceX if I happen to pass away. So all my assets are to be left to my brother, and that's about it. No hard feelings, and thanks for all the fish. August 10th, 2022. No, you can just spread the ashes around the, wherever, maybe on the Ocean Camp property. That's funny. I'm not that possessive of the ashes. So you in the audience are my witness. That is unless you find something dated later by myself, that is my last wishes. If I happen to pass away in the midst of any testing here, nobody is to sue anybody, and it's just karma, and I accept the outcome. I believe I'm going to live to be an old age. I believe I'm going to be a very old man. I'll wait like another 20 minutes, 30 minutes. We don't see anything happening here. I'll go back to the main gate, you know. There is somebody standing right there at the bottom, just there at the bottom center of the screen. There is somebody standing right there, so they may be getting, just waiting for whatever it is to start. You know? Just like we're waiting, I believe they might be waiting too. We've got a tanker coming in. I can't see the name on that one. Too dark. It looks like there is a old pump. One of those Dave, I believe, mentioned a pump was taken out. That may be the one that was taken out. That's typically the shape of those pumps. So then maybe they are going to test a new pump. Because that appears to be one of the, either an old one or a new one. The new ones typically come in a some type of wooden pallet, and then they open up the pallet and then lift it out. But that appears to be, maybe it's an older one, huh? That tanker's moving in. Let's see if I can get the shot here. Can we see what it is? Nah, can't make it out. I get that answer in a second. Just a minute. Some nice lighting here tonight. Get up a little bit. There is the moon. So we got somewhat of a full moon tonight, and Helena was saying tomorrow we'll have the full moon here in the U.S. Super full moon, closest to the Earth or something like that. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, nice lighting. It's a kind of a warmish evening here. Good stuff. So we had some rain today too. So today's like the second or the third day of rain. and I looked into a pond, and there were mosquito larvae in the pond. So we will be getting a lot of mosquitoes here soon. It takes the mosquitoes 3 days to hatch. If you have any landscaping, or if you have any pots and things outside your house and you're not familiar with how long it takes a mosquito to hatch, it takes 3 days for them to mature inside any type of water. So if you have any water sitting outside and it rains, maybe empty that water out within 2 days after it rains, because in that third day the mosquitoes, if you have any in your area, will start hatching. Yeah, is there a drone back there? Okay, I'll keep my eyes open. Hey, Tom Tech. Initially, I thought there was a drone back there earlier, and I think it was just a reflection, but I'm looking out now. Okay, so Stephanie says that Mary with NSF received a notice for a potential static fire tomorrow. Okay, that's cool. Good stuff. Static fire, the booster or the Starship, Stephanie? Julian, you wouldn't want to get caught doing something like that. I think it's a pretty hefty fine. Like $10,000, and maybe even get sued or something. You wouldn't want to put a drone up there. Tom, I haven't seen anything over at the build site. I spent my time in town today, just counting my blessings and figuring out how to make some money, and I was able to sell something today, and I made 90 bucks. So it was a good day, and I was able to buy some food this evening. So, good stuff. So we're not sure which kind of a static fire. Okay, maybe both. It says Aiden. Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine, Tom, the last booster apparently just did one engine. But later that evening they did that static fire on the Starship, so I don't know if they would need to do another static fire on the Starship. Maybe someone here knows the situation. Okay, Steph says Elon mentioned that they will static fire test booster one engine at a time. Okay, cool. I did see that. I saw that Twitter post by Elon with the lady and the static fire. That was a good shot. Okay, Stephanie says Starship 24 will need another static fire with all 6 Raptors, possibly. Cool, then it'll be quite the day if they're going to do 20 different individual static fires on the booster. That is something that might be worth my leaving the truck here with the truck cam to do that. I didn't want to do it today because there's, you know, if I do that, then I don't have a phone and I don't have a truck. So I just got to read a book all day or something like that. But I might leave the truck here again tomorrow and set that up. closer to the launch site here. The risk with that is always to lose the reception, and the day would have been a loss, a total, you know, more of like a total loss. The reception down by the booster is not very good with these cell phones. I'll have to see how the day goes tomorrow morning. I did order the Starlink, so that is going to be getting here eventually, and when that gets here, I will have a lot more capability as far as live streaming. Heavy Ocean Camera Facebook member. Good day to you, Stephanie. Thank you. Welcome. I think maybe that truck left and came back. They are doing some type of welding on the boosters right now on the overlaunch platform area. Maybe the overlaunch platform. You can see it there at the base. I did one thing on two of the videos, I believe. I put the donate contributors and the members on at the end of two different videos in the past, and I will do that more. I'll give more verbal thanks to the members, etc. on future videos. Just the more I get situated, the more I have time to do that type of thing. You know, if I have a desk and I'm working out of a room or something, then I can do that type of thing. So as I get more established, I will pick up my game in that area. Day passing, good stuff. Nice roads there. Theoretically, and when I get the Starlink, I will be able to leave the laptop with the Starlink and the camera as a truck cam in any location, or I can offload those things to the remote camera site. So, and I will be able to access the laptop, since it'll have a stable internet connection, from my iPhone, and I'll be able to, if I install, I'll be able to control the live stream from a distance. So if there's ever any disconnect with that Starlink laptop Nikon camera setup, I will be able to restart it from a distance, like I used to do at the remote camera site. So. And I'll be able to be in the chat as well. Make it Wi-Fi. That's a good idea. I don't know what the welding, Julian. Yeah, it's a pretty good. I'm not sure what a router is, John, Tom Tech, but I do remember what you sent me about the Ubiquiti. Stephanie says, rest in peace, Oliver Newton-John. Yeah, I haven't seen any, yeah, Ubiquiti, that's right. Oh, router, there we go, yeah. Yeah, I could do that as well. I'm not at the point of being able to buy something like that. I'm just working on the basic setup right now, but I think I would have to maybe buy another camera as well to make that necessary. But yeah, I could do that and also have the remote camera. I would just need to buy another camera, you know, one more camera, then I would be able to have a use for a Ubiquiti in addition to the remote camera or something like that. From Greece, the singer from Greece. I got you. Yeah, good stuff, Tom. I'm excited about that too. There's a lot of potential for the future. This morning, I believe it was this morning, otherwise it was last night, but I think it was this morning, I was watching another photographer and he had just a really small camera that he was setting up to the east of the, near the dunes here, to the east of the Orbital Launch Platform. A small camera, and I haven't really spent any money on small, decent cameras, you know, just smaller, much smaller than the Nikon camera, and probably cheap, you know, pretty cheap camera. So in the less than $100 range, you probably get them at the at a thrift store or at a pawn shop. So there are opportunities like that at pawn shops. I just haven't ventured into that direction. So I was just working on the basics first. You know. But he has like 5 or 6 cameras. You know. And when you have a lot of cameras like that, then you can just have them record. And you can get all the different shots, and then you can upload and splice and do all kind of stuff later. You can mix and match different shots. But at the moment I have the 2 cameras. Well, so far the methane venting has been a big nothing burger so far. Either to the orbital launch mount or the platform, or maybe something to one of the Raptors or to the booster itself. Yeah. They're working on it, doing something. There's probably that big table there too, so they could be working on the table. You know, the new Raptor table that they lift into place there. I gotta give it a little bit more time, and if we're still sitting there, then I will I'll maybe another 25 minutes. If nothing happens, then I'll end the show in about 25 minutes. I get a shot here to the right. Got the Starship there in the background. The road here is pretty empty of vehicles. All this is normally packed full of vehicles during the daytime. All right, just getting some sound here. Coming back here. I just heard something. There are still some people, I believe, in this area back here. There's still somebody over there. Hey, Razor! I'm making do. I hope you're doing okay. If there's anything I can do for you, let me know. Or anybody else here, we can do something for you. Good to see you. You know, sometimes people will make like a collage or make a wall of faces or photos. If that's interesting to you, it just came to mind that I could post make a group picture with everybody's picture on it, like a you know, one larger picture with many smaller pictures into it. You know, yeah, if you're interested, send me a photo. I'll start piecing together the different photos into one larger PDF or something like that, or one larger JPEG. That's the word there, JPEG. That could be fun. I will tell you how you can, if you're looking to make some money on the side. What I've been doing for like the last maybe for a good while, I've been selling stuff on Amazon. TIFF is the best. Okay, I've been selling stuff on Amazon, on eBay, and recently this year I started selling on Facebook Marketplace different items that you can get, or maybe somebody has a bunch of items that maybe they're selling their house or they're moving or something like that, and they want some help selling their stuff, and they would give you 15% commission or something like that, gross sales or something like that. You can it's pretty easy with some clicks on Facebook Marketplace. You can sell stuff and you don't have to pay them any fee, as long as you accept the money. You know, the people, they make it really easy to sell on Facebook. So on Facebook Marketplace, and you don't have to pay anything to Facebook, so unless you have them process the transaction. But if you're just going to meet somebody, you can exchange all the information and the phone numbers on the Facebook Marketplace, and then you can meet up and show them the item, and if they want to buy it, then they buy it, and then you can make some money for whoever wants to sell it. Or if you have items you want to sell yourself, and because it's kind of customized to your local area, the whole Facebook Marketplace thing, so it's a great way to reach out to a lot of people here in the United States. They might be using Craigslist, but you got to pay like $5 for Craigslist to list an item or something like that. So the Facebook Marketplace is something I recently started using this year, and I've been selling on eBay and Amazon for a long time. And you might look into that as well if you have things that you want to ship all over the country or even all over the globe. I've sold to people in China and Russia. I've sold all over the world, different items. But if you have stuff that, big stuff or whatever that you want to sell in your local area, check out Facebook Marketplace. I highly recommend it. So I've been making some money this month selling some stuff for somebody. Different items. Maybe you got a large axle for a truck, or maybe you have what else? What could you, maybe you have a vehicle you want to sell, or a boat, or yeah. If you want me to help you sell it, send me the information. But I recommend just getting on Facebook Marketplace yourself and listing whatever item you have that you want to sell. It's pretty easy to do, and it is kind of a game changer if you have stuff that you want to sell or somebody else does. And if someone else has stuff and they don't know how to do it, or they don't want to do it, or whatever, and you can do it for them, then maybe that's a good way for you to make some side money, you know? At least it has been for me over the last several years. Let me get the whole booster. No point being zoomed in on the base so that when we get the whole thing. There we go. Those are not UFOs, those are just reflections on the camera lens. And you can see those items moving, but they're not UFOs, they're just reflections. I can block some of those. Yeah, maybe this methane venting was going to be silent methane venting. A lot of times in the past it has been pretty loud and very visible, but maybe they found a way to do it where it didn't make any noise. I'll be here probably another 6-7 minutes, and then I'll go to the main gate for another 10 minutes, and I'll end the stream over there at the main gate. I get the tower as well. I believe the chopsticks are still out of commission, and I did read something about over in Florida they're going to maybe make shorter chopsticks, so they're going to modify the design here a little bit on those 1 or 2 sets of chopsticks that they're going to make over there in Florida. The light on the top of the tower, I'm not sure, I don't know, maybe it might be the elevator. Get that shot. It does appear to be going up. That service elevator maybe is maybe what it is. Yeah, I did see also Russ Wall says Starship will be humanity's flagship. It's yeah, the Chinese also just put up a space station as well. They have I believe they have 2 segments up, or they're about to do their third, or maybe they have the third one up there already. But the Chinese have their own space station already. Yeah, so we're doing pretty good. Maybe tomorrow we'll see a static fire of the booster once more is a thought. Yeah, August 11th static fire possibly. Yeah, bro. Okay, the question is, are those cameras across the road in the cylinders? I know there are many cameras here on site. I don't know if there's any on the cylinders, but maybe. I know at the top of those cylinders there's just some type of vents that they have at the very top of each one of those cylinders. But I would have to get out my Nikon camera again and look closer again. In the past, I have never seen any cameras on those cylinders in the past, but they may have put some up there. Let me get this shot here. I was gonna get a shark. Just gonna go up the tower here once more. There are some lights on the quick disconnect right now. Okay, so there is a light up there at the base of on the left side of the tower there. So there is somebody up there. I don't know what that's about. Maybe there's somebody up there. Yeah, they took the elevator up there, so I imagine that we are, unless that's a reflection or something, I believe we're looking at somebody's up there on the tower. Yeah, there's somebody up there with a flashlight. Aviation and maybe something else. Every large structure has to have some lights at the very top for the planes not to hit it. You know, it has to be some type of light up there. I don't see any lights up besides that flashlight in the person's hand, so maybe they're going up to turn on the lights or something, you know. Rustwall says, since SLS, Saturn V, Soyuz, etc. are all rockets in the space shuttle, it's technically only a shuttle. Does this mean Starship will be the first real spaceship? Maybe in the public sector. I believe the Black Knight satellite is maybe the ultimate spaceship as far as the public sector is concerned. Black Knight satellite, everybody, you got to check it out. It's said that it re-enters the atmosphere at about a speed of 15 miles an hour, and it goes back and forth like a leaf or a seesaw. And the way that I imagine that's possible is if they made the metal of the Black Knight satellite up there in space so that it would be 1,000 times lighter and 1,000 times stronger than any metal made on Earth, because when it was smelted up there in space, it didn't have any of the fractures and the impurities in the metal that normally happen here on the Earth. So it's much stronger when you make metal up there in space, and it's much lighter. So you got those two factors working in your favor, and with those two factors you can make an incredible ship that's very light and able to withstand very high temperatures. So those are the type of things they make in the defense sector that we don't see here in the public sector. If you're into biology, it said that when you multiply hormones in space, when you take the actual when you replicate hormones in space, they are about 3 times or more bigger and stronger than the hormones here on the Earth. So if you want to be there are some sci-fi movies where they have these monsters, some very strong aliens with very strong, powerful emotions. And if you want to maybe become that type of a being, and you could get some of those space hormones, and they can be manufactured up there in space. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. They did that in the 80s. The NASA scientists figured that information out in the late 80s. On some of the, I forgot the name of the space station at that time, but they did a bunch of experiments in the 80s at NASA that they shelved in the public sector, and I'm pretty sure they continued the research and the development in the private in the defense sector, but they shelved a lot of very world-changing information in the NASA early, I forgot the name of that space station, but a lot of world-changing things, because the idea behind it is that if you transform the manufacturing on the Earth, maybe all the manufacturing might go up there into space, and since it's way better to manufacture in space, and it would put a lot of people out of business. All these people who are manufacturing certain things here on the Earth, whether it's ball bearings or whatever, you know, if you get these space-made ball bearings, then they're super smooth and they can withstand very high temperatures. You'll never have to replace them. So, and what would they do? They wouldn't even need any more oil, you know, to lube up those ball bearings. So, ball bearings is where it's at. Remember Chevy Chase in the movie? If you gotta be able to sell those ball bearings. So if we were to make the ball bearings in space, super smooth, didn't need any oil, that would put a lot of people out of business. So they shelved a lot of things here in the public sector, but I'm pretty sure, I'm almost certain, if I'm to trust the people that I trust, and we have a mile-long ships up there in our solar system with much more advanced capabilities than we do in the public sector. All right, we are past the time frame where I was going to stay here. So I'm going to go over there to the main gate. I don't know what happened to the methane venting, which is why I came in this direction. Originally, they had, I will do a little summary. Most of you probably already know this. We have the LOX tanks here. This is liquid oxygen. The one behind it, liquid oxygen, and the one to the right. Behind this tank here, there's another tank. Those 3 are liquid oxygen. This one, the one in the back, and the one to the right of it in the back. These 2 tanks here are liquid nitrogen, these 2 here. And then this one and the other one were going to be liquid methane, but they said they couldn't use these for liquid methane because they didn't have a wall to protect everybody else from the methane if there were some type of explosion. So they built this wall over here out of concrete, and they put these 2 long methane tanks in this direction, flat, and then 5 smaller ones here to the right. And they erected this concrete wall here out of concrete block and concrete, you know. So they put that wall there, but they didn't want to build a huge wall here for these 2 proposed methane tanks. So I don't know if these are being used for anything right now, but and then so we got initially proposed methane, which are not being used now. I don't know what the use is for anyway. And then to the left of that tank back there is the water tank. So behind this tank here is the water tank. So you got the 2 liquid oxygens over there, 3. You got the 2 nitrogen tanks here. You got the empty tanks here and there. And then to the left of this tank, back in the back, behind this tank here, is the water tank. That's the situation on that. Okay, I will go to the main gate here. It's going to be a little walk. catch up with stuff over there. I'll get a shot of the Starship 24 too. Booster 7.1. Maybe tomorrow we will see a 20 engine, one by one, static fire on the whole, all the engines on the booster. 7.1 is what we're looking forward to. Possibly tomorrow, Thursday, August 11th, 2022. Ocean Campus. We're walking to the main gate, and I'll get a shot of the Starship 24. Also to the right here, we have in the distance a good shot of the South Padre Island. I believe that's South Padre Island, unless it is over there behind one of the things. But I believe that's South Padre Island over there, and this is Port Isabel over there. Yeah, so that's the, and then there's a bridge between the two over there. If we were to drive our vehicle to there, it would take us 40 miles to get there. There's 20 miles to Brownsville in that direction. There's a big channel. There's a big port of Brownsville, and there's a big, you can't just drive over there. So you got to go 20 miles that way, 20 miles to the right, and then you make it the whole 40 miles to port, to South Padre Island. It is a straight line if you were to fly a plane over there, about 5 miles. So maybe in the future they will build a tunnel or some other way of getting to South Padre Island without driving 40 miles when it's really just 5 miles. All right, going to the main gate. Get a shot of this large crane here. The wind comes from the southeast, so this is with its back to the wind. I believe that's why they put it there in that position. So it's a good position to be in. I'm gonna wrap it up here in like 8 minutes. Yeah. Oops, sorry. There we go. This is a good shot of the Starship. They made it look pretty nice over there. Don't want to get run over too. Let me I'll put the camera here. Good night, Julian. Good stuff. Nice to see you here. Hey, no enemies. It's been a pretty good day. Good day. I actually was able to make some money today, so that's a good day. Being able to pay the gas and buy some food, so that was good. They have a neon kind of a new kind of neon light over there by the between the pads. A to the right, that's pad A on the right, and pad B is where the Starship is sitting. So they have, I know they are doing a bunch of groundwork on the far side. If we were to walk this way and make a left and go toward the build site that direction, we get a good shot of this area back there. And they have a big exposed beyond all this stuff over here. If we were to walk and look from that direction. They are doing a bunch of groundwork over there with a bunch of rebar and other stuff. So they're building something. I'm not sure whether it's just more of a concrete pad area, or maybe they're building something over there. I don't know, but I plan to get some shots of that down the road. Was thinking about it 2 days ago to get that shot. Didn't do it yet, but yeah, pretty awesome. And that's the methane tanker over there, still sitting there waiting. Okay, I'll get a shot to the left here of the base of the tower here. So in summary, we may see some type of static fire tomorrow. I believe they did this Starship static fire already. You know, it was mentioned here, maybe they'll do a static fire with these 6 Raptors all at once. I don't know how many were involved in the last one, and I don't know how many Raptors are currently on the Starship. Maybe there's 9 Raptors on it, and maybe 6 of them are vacuum Raptors, and 3 of them are sea level Raptors. I don't know the current situation on the number of Raptors on the Starship there, but that sounds interesting, though. Yeah, maybe might be some static fire tomorrow with the boosters, and maybe the Starship too. I'll move here to the right a little bit. I'll get a shot of the base of the booster for a couple minutes, and then I will call it a day. Back where I started here again, getting a shot. Lift up there on the, or cherry picker as some people like to say. There is a cherry picker on the chopsticks right now doing some type of work. Rob, there is a security hut just to the left of here. I don't usually show them, but they are here. Go like, hey, if I go like that, that changes the view. those are clouds up there. Huh. Yeah, I guess we got some clouds up there too. A lot of people running around in these little buggies, kind of more so than usual. So there are a bunch of people going back and forth in these little gas-powered buggies. Yeah, so the last road closure is tomorrow, Thursday. Today's was canceled. There was a static fire yesterday, so maybe tomorrow's the last day this week that we'll get a static fire, I believe, possibly. And then probably next week, pick it up again next week. This is the methane tanker that has been here since I got here this evening. They're going into the gate here, so they're going to start offloading this methane into the area right up front here. Nice to get that shot. Oh yeah, no enemies. That'd be nice if they put some lights down the center, huh? Good idea. Cool. I'll wait till it goes all the way in, and then I'll end the stream once it gets in there and backs up and is ready to do its methane offloading. I think there was one video a while back where one of the methane tankers had caught fire or something like that. Probably pretty dangerous event when that happened. But maybe they got it better situated here now. I will call it a day. If you ever have anything you want to chat about, just leave a message or somehow send me an email or something like that. Paul Marcus, Ocean Camera Space Corp. The summary for the day or the evening is possibly a static fire tomorrow of the booster, possibly of the Starship. The word here in the chat is maybe they'll do one engine at a time, and so there'll be 20 engines static fire on the booster tomorrow. What else? Today the road closure was canceled. It didn't happen. There is one tomorrow, and that'll be the last one for this week. Today is August 10th, 2022. Ocean Camera Space Corp. Paul Mamakos, CEO. All right, good stuff, everybody. Thank you for watching, for tuning in, for participating in the chat and for showing just your presence through. It's good for the numbers here on YouTube, and when people get the likes or when they show up and watch stuff. So thanks for watching. That tanker is getting situated, and I will say goodnight. See you on the other side. All out.